adventure began on an unusually warm January afternoon. We decided to head back to Grayson, Kentucky to return to the Lake Falls Trail. We had been here before, but we had to end the trail short due to complications of the trail markings, and never really got to catch the beauty of the trail on film in its entirety. Plan was to begin hiking counterclockwise to the first waterfall, where we planned to spend the better part of our day enjoying nature. It had been a while since any of us had been hiking, and we desperately needed to get outdoors and get our trail legs back. The first part of the trail began with a long, gradual ascent, reminding us how out of shape the turkey and ham holiday dinners had made us. But it was great being in the woods once again, and felt reminiscent of an old shoe that always fit just right. With the sun beaming down on us, it wasn't long before we needed to stop for a small break, peeling the layers of clothing off of us like a bunch of ripe old oranges. We rehydrated and talked about how we couldn't believe the warm stretch of weather in January we were having. It just goes to show you how wonderful but yet unpredictable Mother Nature can be. After our quick break, we continued back on the trail. Even though it was a warm, sunny day, the trail was muddy from the continuous bouts of rain and snow from the past few days. We made our way down into a small valley where streams flowed on either side of us. They would certainly make for a good water source. It wasn't long before we started another climb, where we were met with life. Brightly green-hued moss and ferns showing their dominance in the dead of winter. We began descending again as the trail became rocky underfoot. The trail led us down to a larger stream where even more greenery was bountiful with moss and sprouting evergreen trees. After some play in the large stream, we headed up towards the thicket of tall pines, which was reminiscent of the moon of Endor from Star Wars. Then we saw it, the trail's treasure tucked away just beyond the path. We watched as the water cascaded off of the rocks and snaked its way down the canal it's been carving for thousands of years, before falling into Grayson Lake. The waterfall was significantly smaller than the last time we were here, only about a third of its size, but that didn't take away from its beauty and tranquility. The sound of the crashing water was peaceful, and we took a few moments to think about how long the stream has been here and how long it will be here after we're gone. We thought about how we were just a fortunate band of observers in a small speck of time. Then I began to feel some kind of way and decided to bathe my head in the chilling water, becoming one with nature, if only for a brief moment. That water was freezing cold, but rejuvenated me, making me feel alive and in the moment, washing all my troubles away for that moment. Once dried off, it was time for a quick lunch. We tried out the chocolate and mixed berry made good bars that Sir Cusselot's wife supplied us with in a care package. They were delicious and full of healthy fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, it's very chewy. Really chewy. I like that. The stuff at the top is what they got the most of. Right. As the list goes down, it's got less and less. That's how it moves.
Yeah, just secretly place it inside so you don't taste it.
I'm gonna try the chocolate one.
And it'll trick you into eating healthy.
With food in our bellies and the sun setting fast, we headed back out on the trail. paused briefly to admire the beautiful vistas of the frozen Grayson Lake. After making sure no one was below, Muscle Man tossed a stone from the cliff. We watched it fall, smack the lake's thick icy surface and shatter into tiny pebbles, showing us the true power of nature. We continued our journey, and it wasn't long before we came to another waterfall. With the waterfall crashing in front of us, Sir Cussalot told us of his adventure to Mount LeConte in the Smoky Mountains and how gorgeous it was there. And as we watched the sun set, we played like children along the icy lake shore, testing the strength of the ice and daring to walk a few feet out on it. That's the funny thing about nature. It seems to have the power to turn back time, back to a better time, when we were just children playing in our backyards or the woods behind our houses, pretending to be great explorers or army men or whatever our imagination would conjure up. People are always saying that the years keep flying by, and last year seems like the previous year, and this year seems like last year, with nothing really accomplished. But I say, making memories slows down time and makes it meaningful, and what a better way to make memories than to grab your best buddies or loved ones and head out on the trail.